I met my wife at the university. Of course, it was a bit rash, but when your young passion takes over, we had big dreams, a large family, a spacious apartment. The only problem was that I didn't have enough money for it, and my salary didn't allow it. That's why I left teaching for a more lucrative field. I thought that if I didn't pay attention to a lot of things now, later, when everything gets better, I would be able to compensate for everything. For years have passed, and we have finally found financial stability. We no longer had to borrow money from friends, and we saved up for the down payment on the mortgage. I also got a promotion in a job I didn't particularly like, but now at least I had more time for my wife. When spring came, we started spending more time together, walking around the city center, having dinner at our favorite restaurant, then strolling along the embankment. Life was gradually getting better, but by the summer I got promoted again, and my phone became a constant. Companion calls and messages piled up, and missing one of them was like a disaster. Harper wasn't happy with that. The reasons for staying at work were obvious: salary, career growth, our future. To leave everything now would be to ruin all plans. In the end, she agreed, albeit reluctantly. Our romantic icy evenings now often ended with gifts, a gold ring or a pendant, and as it seemed to me, it suited both of us. Meanwhile, my wife has found a new hobby: music. She bought an expensive guitar and started taking lessons. I was just smiling, thinking, well, at least she's busy with something. They say that you need to let a person enjoy their hobby. By the end of the summer, we planned to celebrate our wedding anniversary together. The luxurious hotel room with stunning views, a chic restaurant, and live music. Everything sounded perfect to me. The evening went well: good wine, delicious food. The music started with a young guy who masterfully performed old hits on the guitar, but suddenly Harper's face turned pale and she offered to go up to the room, or more urgently leave. It was at that moment that my work phone rang, and I walked away to answer it, trying not to let the music drown out of the conversation. As soon as I left, the performance ended, and the musician left the stage. To my surprise, he came over to our table. He greeted my wife loudly, and it immediately caught my attention, but when he got closer, he hugged her too close. In my opinion, from where I was standing, it even seemed to me that he kissed her on the cheek. My stomach tightened. I hurried back, interrupting the conversation on the phone. "I'm so glad you came today," the musician said, sitting down at my table and casually brushing a lock of hair from Harper's face. "What's happening?" I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but my eyes weren't deceiving me. "Logan," the guy stood up and held out his hand to me. I shook her hand as if on autopilot. "Harper has told me a lot about you. You are a very generous person, and you have a great apartment," he said, and I heard something familiar in his voice. I looked at my wife, and she was all red. Her eyes were wide, as if she had seen a ghost. I muttered, not understanding what was going on. He repeated, "I'm saying you have a great place, and it's cool that you let your sister stay with you." I froze, not understanding what that meant. "What are you saying?" The musician was kind of confused. "Oh, Harper and I are very grateful that you let us into your apartment. I understand that we're pulling your rent a little bit, but we promise it'll be over soon." He continued chatting, not noticing how the tension was building. By this point, Harper was starting to cry. I was shocked. Something was very wrong, and I didn't know how to fix it. The absurdity of what was happening was beginning to sink in. "Are you sleeping with my wife?" I asked, hardly believing my words. "No, no," he said. His voice sounded insincere, as if he was explaining something simple. "I'm dating your sister." He tried to hug Harper again, but she pushed him away, saying sharply, "Leave me alone," and her face contorted in disgust. "You're an idiot." I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and counted to 10, trying to calm myself, but it didn't help. Anger boiled up in me again, and before I could stop myself, I stepped forward, grabbed the musician by the shoulders, and shook him a little. I couldn't say a word, but the realization that he was just an unreasonable person came to me. Immediately I turned to Harper, and my voice was low but full of annoyance. "What the hell is going on? I've been pushing myself for 4 years, giving you everything. Isn't that enough?" "Not enough, love." Her response was like a blow to the head. "You don't have to go home. I'll take your things to your parents." I didn't say another word. I walked out, my heart heavy, and went to my mom's. Just like Harper said I should. My mother-in-law didn't even speak to me. When I arrived later, I found out that she had been secretly helping us financially, but that money was going straight into the hands of her daughter's penniless lover. So there it was, I'd been paying for their little love nest, and my mother-in-law was bankrolling their comfortable life. What a twisted fairy tale. Honestly, why bother working when you've got fools like me to take care of everything? A month passed in silence. Then I filed for divorce. Our first meeting since that night was in the lawyer's office. To my surprise, Harper refused to sign the papers. A trial loomed. I had to pull her into the hallway to talk. It turned out she had ditched the musician. The guy had blown through all his cash, living off whatever he could scrape together from strumming his guitar. His future didn't look so bright. "It's over. I'm sorry. Let's try again," she said. But it wasn't even a question. She was so sure of herself. I grimaced and tried to walk back to the office to finish what I started. To get my divorce. Harper clung to my jacket, her hands tight. "Ethan, the judge is going to take half of everything you have. Half of what I shot back. Thanks to you, I have Nothing, let's go to trial, we'll split the gold I gave you. I said it calmly, but the word stung. She stepped back like I had some sort of disease. We got the divorce, of course. I quit the job I hated and returned to teaching something I truly loved, even if the pay was modest, but at least it was honest work. As for Harper, after we split, she went crawling back to her musician. I saw them on the street one day, guitar in hand, a bottle of booze, and a hat on the ground, collecting change from passers-by. I even tossed a coin into their hat once just for the hell of it. It seemed like they were buying themselves a new life. So guys, if you all liked today's story, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you for watching.